Hello, everybody. Oh, it's such a thing. It's such a thing. And get everything moved up here to where I can see ya. And just do a little refresh. We are playing with a little bit of new technology tonight, so we're going to see how this works out. And see, I'm going to post, so let me go over to the right page here, the right section here on the page. All right, so let's do another refresh. I try to be so prepared, and then other times I'm just like scrambling to get on here and playing with a little bit of new technology, and then hitting the live button on time and trying to get all the things going. So now I can take a little bit of a breath. Hello, I am Cindy with Funky Country, and I'm so glad to be here with you all tonight. I have got some things to share with you, some things to bring you up to date on, things that I've been working on, things I'm continuing to work on, and then we're going to do a real quick, well, you know, we'll see if it's quick, a little project for something that I just purchased, and I'm going to play around with it and see if we like it. So, hey Diane. So I put those supplies off to the side so I don't get them mixed in with what I'm going to show you as far as what I've been working on, things that I've been doing for the business and that will hopefully impact you in a positive way. Those are always what I strive to do. So one of the things that I did, and I know that I haven't paid a lot of attention to it, I just kind of got it started, but I haven't been in there a lot, is my new group. Funky Country Friends. So if you just go to search in Facebook land of Funky Country Friends, it is a group. You're going to just answer a couple questions, come inside. Again, I haven't really posted a whole lot in there. I'm still trying to figure out the settings as far as, do I have to approve posts? Do I have it set up for that? Or can you just post in there as much as you want? And I apologize if you have put anything in there and I haven't come back in to look. I will get back on that. So, hey Nessa. Thank you, Lynn. Glad to be here. So the group is Funky Country Friends, and I'm going to get that going a lot more, but I just wanted to get it. I think there's like 7 or 8 people in there right now. I just wanted to get it going, see how it's working, see what kind of permissions I need to add to it if necessary. All the little quirky things that go on with having a group, I wanted to kind of see how those are working out. And so I'll be checking in on you there. If you've already gone in, maybe you're already collaborating with each other and sharing stuff, which would be awesome. That's what it's all about. So that is new. I've got my Cricut up and running. That's another thing while I'm kind of like out of breath, because I started to try to do a project that was supposed to have been 5 minutes. Wound up being 30. I was on the phone with my sister, my tech support, trying to get that worked out. And I'm like, I gotta go, because I'm not prepared to do this live. And so I was kind of scrambling at the end. I am working on Christmas stuff because that's what we do in August. We work on Christmas stuff, especially if we have a business or have a booth. Want to get things out to you guys so that you can start thinking about gifts. I know it's early, I know, but we want to be able to help you manage that time in a way that you can sit back and relax, and we kind of do the work with showing you what kind of things you can be thinking about doing. And you know, if you wanted to go ahead and start purchasing things in your local area, you might want to think about that so that you're not stressing at the end trying to get things together. So we like to bring you guys ideas earlier in the year to kind of help with that. So I'm going to show you guys tonight some ornaments that I had done, some with you, some off the side, just to kind of catch you up on what I've been doing kind of behind the scenes, which is generally, you know, a lot. I'm always working on something, never a dull moment around here. I'm so glad, Kelly. I'm so glad that you love your butterfly. That was a special one for me. That was kind of hard to give away, especially, you know, in an auction, but I'm so glad that you got it. Are you going to keep it, or are you going to gift it away? Because it's still wrapped up in the corners. So it's a great gift, but you can gift it to yourself as well but it's so glad that you love it. I know that things look always, for all of us, when we're shopping online, things can tend to look different, no matter how much close-ups they show, and it's not the same until you get it into your hands and you're like, wow, that's what I got. So I hope that you were even more pleasantly surprised when you actually got it into your hands. So speaking of resin and things, I'm going to show you guys, first off, some things that I've been playing around with. I can't remember if I did these on a live. I know I did the ornaments. I know I did 2 of them, but these are, so last year, these little Noel, and I don't know if I think I flipped my camera, because that was another thing. Not like I had anything else, to stress me out before my live. I go to open up my live area and it's completely changed. I've been hearing crafters talk about it for months now, that their whole layout has changed. And I'm like, well, not mine. Facebook hasn't caught up with me yet. Well, they did tonight. And I was like, where are all my buttons? They're gone. So I didn't get a chance to flip this, but this is one of those, things you get from Hobby Lobby. It says Noel back there. I just flipped it around on its other side. I'll be covering the back. Well, that's the back now. I did the other side, and I just took some paint and some glass and some resin and just created a little, it could be an ornament. It could just sit in a tiered tray. So we're always looking for small things for tiered trays, right? So this could be perfect in a little tiered tray. Whatever you would do with these little things, that's what you could do with this one. It's just that this one's got some really cool glass on it and some resin. It's greens and golds, and then the glass on it is like an amber color. So it's green, golds, and browns. This one I did a little bit differently, and you can see a little bit more about how I did the paint on that. I did it more on a diagonal, and it's pinks and golds, and then green glass. So pink, green, and gold is that. Again, it's done on the back with that. I need to come back in and, finish it up, of course. I did do the sides in like a liquid gold leaf. So the sides are done. I just need to come back and cover up the back. So those are done. And what's cool about this one and this one is I did these both with Posh Chalk pastes. And I'll be showing you guys some other ones that aren't resins that kind of help show that off. But the pastes, again, they do something that no other paint does. That while it's wet, if you heat it up, it begins to bubble and create a texture. And that's what these have. I don't know if you can see it, but they have a very raised, bubbly texture in the paint. And it is really cool looking. So I got those. And so this is kind of an example of, on an arabesque tile, the same thing. I used those same paints, and I just did this pink and gold, rose gold kind of a color scheme there. Just did it right on. I did the sides in gold leaf, and then this is like the very first thing I ever did with my Cricut, like a real project, is I got the backs cut out of paper, like cardstock, this really pretty glittery, and I just did the back. So now I have to add the hangers. So these are all the same colorway, meaning that they're the same color combinations of paint, but just that, how I did them differently, just because they're handmade. And then this one is has a lot more texture to it, because that was the one that I added the heat to, and it gives a lot of texture. So again, I just got to fill the backs in. So I had the little cards that I was able to cut out, so I'm putting those back together. Here is a third one, again, in that same colorway of the pinks and the golds. This is the last one. This has got a lot of texture on it, a lot of area where I heated it up, and it has a lot of texture, and then the gold on the outside. So those 4 are the ones that I've worked on the most recently. I've had them sitting for a week or two, waiting to figure out how to get the backs done, because nobody wants to see that on the back. These are just the tiles you get from either Home Depot or Lowe's. They come on a sheet, and then you just peel them off individually, and then you can work on them. So what happens is, like for this one, it's got the back on it, and then I have little pieces of just a twine, a really pretty glittery twine, and I just put them back there, glue it on, and then it, you know, it gives you your hanger. So that's what I need to do with the rest of these, is finish that off. All right, so that catches you up to those. This one I did in that metallic foil that I showed you guys a week or so ago. So I would playing around. I took this one and just did the metallic foil on it. And so it's got this very cool design on it, and it catches the light in different ways. And again, I just have to, I did the foil all along the sides as well. So that's how I finished that one off. And then I just need to get something else to fill up, you know, the back. And then that one will be done. And it's got this nice, all kinds of colors in it. Depends on how it hits the light. So those are the arabesque tiles and the little wood things. And then these are ornaments that I made on a live, just little pieces of wood. And this is a mold. I believe I used Formflex on this one. And it is a poinsettia that I painted out. Again, you can't, the detail of the painting, especially in the leaves, may be really, really hard to see. I'm gonna hold it still. Might be really hard to see on camera, but there's some pretty cool detail that I added to the leaves. And then complementary glass and resin around the sides, and then I did go ahead and finish the back. So these are ready to go. These are ready to go in my booth. You know, or if you would, you know, like to have them in the auction, we can do that as well. I have this one that's done. This is the starfish tree. And I painted that out. So that's how that one turned out. The starfish tree. Again, it's the same thing on the back. Kind of the same painting background, and then this is a cross with some really tiny glass, couple, 3 shells. They're like kind of like a shell rock in the center there. And again, these are finished off. And then the last one, I just wanted to see what it would do, just the glass. So it almost looks like a sugar cookie, you know, so it has that effect. So it's just the paint and then some glass on it, just sprinkled on. Again, it looks kind of like a sugar cookie. And then that could be an ornament. So that's the kind of stuff I've been playing with, that I want to be able, you know, to bring to you guys here soon. So thank you for sharing. Hello, Angela from Northern Maine. Got the East Coast representing. Hello, Buttons. And Diane says she got her package today. What she's referring to is the very first kit I've ever done. So I'm anxious to see what you all do with your kits. Hard to decide because it's so gorgeous. Thank you. If you want to keep it or give it away. I hear you, sister. That was a hard one. I was like verklempt on putting it into the auction, but you know, I had to do it. All right, so those are the ornaments that I've been working on, and I have some done. I have some very close to being done. So yeah, that's what I've been kind of working on. So tonight, I've got this other little piece that I'm gonna be doing here, kind of playing around. So I've got this cow. I love these types of pieces, and these are the kinds of things that I look for, where it's got the blank background and then you have the overlay piece. I did those pumpkins last week with the metallic foil that are the same way, that you can do the background and then do your top layer and then merge them together. So this is a cute little cow. She's got a little tag to go right, so there's a little hole right here in her ear where the tag would come down. And so I'm just going to do this very simply. You can get really elaborate with your painting and whatever you want to do with these. I'm just going to show you a very basic way that I've kind of come up with a little Mackenzie Childs twist to it. I've got some ribbon that I'm going to be using. I'm going to napkinize the little tag here with some leftover napkin that I have. I've got some gold string that I use for the ornaments, some white beads out of my stash. So everything I had on hand with the exception of the cow, and I just got these, so I have started looking at wholesale items that I can bring to you, because I at this time I don't want to invest in a glow forge. I don't want to invest in saws and being out in my workshop and doing that. Y'all, it's a one-man band here, and it's enough for me to be able to just keep things afloat here by myself with all the things that I'm doing. And so this is just a way for me to be able to bring new things to you that I'm not necessarily making, and also to support another small business, which I really love doing. So that's what this is. It's another small business. I've gotten these pieces wholesale. And so, you know, that's fun doing that. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So in with that, so the kits, if anyone is interested in a kit, I have to go back and count, but I have at least 5 more that I can put together. I purchased another option that I'm going to be bringing to you guys in the next week or so, so that you can, they're very different. They're very different. And so I'll be bringing you another option. Again, one that I have purchased, and so yeah, I'll just leave it at that as a little teaser, but it's another changeable sign where you can just have the base and switch out the inset. All right, it's still the same thought process. So I'm excited to be bringing you that one. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with this one. I've got to bring the tile up and breathe. Some new timer that I just got that it just decided to fall, but you know, that's okay. I'm digging my turntable again. You know, I was thinking about what the kind of analogy of as a crafter to all of a sudden have a turntable, and having not used one in the last year and a half that I've been on my page. I've only had this out for about a week. It is something I got at the Target spot for $5 months ago that I was actually going to make over and do for resale. And I keep seeing all these people with the turntables. I'm like, well, let me just use, it's not that pretty anyway. It's going to get, like, you know, paint all over it. So for $5, it turned out great. But it's kind of like putting everything that you've ever wanted to warm up for your food in the oven, like, you know, toast, grilled cheese sandwich, pizza, whatever it is that you put into the oven, right? And then all of a sudden you get a microwave, and you can just put things in the microwave, hit, you know, 30 seconds, and you have hot food. It's kind of like that. I've been working with an oven for like the last year and a half, and all of a sudden now I have a microwave. And so it has been a game changer for me for sure. All right, so I've got my tile, and this is gonna be super, super easy. I'm just gonna paint the background a black color just to get this done. I have got, it's got a nice little chunk there. Let me place my paper towels. I've got 2 crafts sitting here ready to get going. I'm going to be in craft around the clock tomorrow at 7 o'clock in the morning, so I've got that project sitting here off to the side, ready to go with it, that I've been working on planning and prepping, and so there's that too. And then on Sunday, I keep thinking it was Saturday, but it's Sunday at 11:45 Central Standard Time, I'm going to be in this summer ripple event with Connie, and she's going to be kind of head, she's the head of it. And so, yeah, that's gonna be at 11:45. So I'm starting to work on that one as well. But that's the summer ripple event. I have been posting a little bit of information about that. There's a link, and starting to put those things together as well. So I'm working on a lot of different things. And then Carrie from the Struggle Bus, Connie's sister, is going to be on there as well. So some big names, some not so big names like mine. So it should be a lot of fun. All right. So I'm just going to, just get a little bit of paint on here and just not get it too thick, but just get some paint. When I first start painting something like this, I like to, after I have had my brush loaded, I like to start into the center. And that way I can just kind of offload anything that's extra and then, kind of dry brush the rest of the way. All right. So lots and lots and lots of things going on here. The vet was out a few days ago to do the yearly exams on all the horses, so they are good to go for the next year. And it's always interesting to watch the team try to wrangle the minis. You would think that they'd be really easy. Sometimes they're not. It's not so much. They have, no matter how much I work with them and train them, they still have a lot of attitude. And so there was the regular vet, the man that owns the clinic, and he brought an intern out with him, and so they had basically 2 doctors, 2 technicians, and then I stayed out of the stall. They can have it. They don't need me in there as well, but just doing all the things that I do annually for them for the preventative care. It's just like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so much. 2 hours. Took them 2 hours to do all 3 of them. So between just the health examination, vaccinations, floating, which is leveling their teeth out, it's kind of like their dental for the year. And then they're all walking around super, super sore. I'm gonna go ahead and do the back as well just to get that done. They all got 3 vaccinations, so I've been giving them a little bit of anti-inflammatory and pain med to help them move around a little bit. And they're getting it. It's like anything else, when you get a shot, there's that day or so of not feeling great, or being sore in the arm, right? That's how these guys are feeling right now. So I just have a little bit of a paste that I give them, and just put it in a syringe and put it into the cheek, and that helps them. It's called Banamine. It's just a pain reliever, anti-inflammatory. So, but yeah, sometimes I really wish that there was like 4 of me, because I look around and I'm just like, I've got to either quit doing all the things, or I've got to get organized better at doing all of the things. So just like that, we've got the back of the cow done. And I've got some crackle here that I'm going to be using for my project tomorrow. So I haven't done crackle in a really long time. And it would be really cute to do like some crackle on top. So I've got the black base, or to have reversed it, do the white and put the black on top, and then have the white crackle. So that's an option for another version of this. But for this one, let's see. oh yeah, I just gotta make sure that I have the circle with the circle. So you can either do it with the tag in this ear, or you can flip everything around. And then I've got the tag in this ear. So I'm just gonna go ahead and, because that's the last way I did it, I'm gonna go ahead and do it that way. So now I'm gonna take this piece, I'm just gonna paint it white. We're gonna get really simple with this. Got my water over here. Gotta put that tile off to the side, so scroll back down. Hello from California, Colleen. I hear you. Oh, hey, Lisa. Good to see you, girl. Is that the doing all the things? Yeah, that's so me. I can't stop myself. Just when I think that I'm like, okay, girl, pare it down, put the stuff away. It's like, no, I gotta do this and I gotta do that. And, oh, this would be fun. It's craziness up there. Craziness. Let's grab, but I'm really excited about the project that I'm going to be doing in the Summer Ripple event. It is all about like travel and the outdoors. It's kind of the theme for us, is the outdoors or travel or vacations. And so I'm really excited to show you what I've come up with for that. I think it's going to be really cool, and you can do it so many different ways. Again, that's what I love to show you, is so many different options, because I know you all don't have all the things, or most of you don't. So if I show you 3 or 4 different ways to do something, there's a good likelihood that you have one of those options at your ready, right? So you don't need to go out and buy a whole lot of things, right? That's why I'd like to show you guys options. So if this little cow is something that you would be interested in getting, let me know. And it would just be a separate, it's not a kit, or really, I wouldn't really consider this a kit. It would just be an item that I can order for you and get it sent out. But I try to find, I spent several weeks looking at different sites, different vendors, different artists, different retailers, to see who's got like the best customer service, who was really quick to answer my questions. That's all really important to me. So I do take that time to kind of, I vet the people that I work with. I want to see what they're like. Are they patient with my questions? Do they get back to me? Do they ignore me? That kind of stuff, because that has, for me, it says a lot about how they run their business. And then if I go to make an order with them, will they fulfill it on time? You know, all those types of things. So I spent quite a bit of time going through, and I think I chose some really great folks to partner with. And so far, I've been really happy with the results of the things that I've been purchasing, and just what they've done to get back to me. All right, so that's cute. Because if they support me well, then that means I can support you well. What's really interesting, and I had not purchased a lot of these things that were made like from a Glowforge or from another laser, but when you open up the package, you can smell it for a really long time. You can smell like, it's kind of like that campfire smell to it, that burnt wood. You're like, oh man. And you can leave things natural, you can paint them. You know, whatever your fancy is, you can decoupage. This would be fun to decoupage. It'd just be to have a whole lot of holes in it that you'd have to figure out how to clean out. So that probably wouldn't be a lot of fun. And there was a little tiny piece that was left in the that just popped out. Oh, there it is. And that happens. I have found that a couple times where not all the little parts and pieces were popped out. So that's all right. It's all good. All right. So again, I got way more paint out here than what I need to. Real quick dry. It's okay, I'm going to use the same paint for the background of my tags. So that actually worked out okay. I am going to do, I haven't spun the wheel for a really long time, y'all, so we will be spinning the wheel tonight. So please hang out until the end, and we'll give someone a chance to spin the wheel. So there, isn't that cute? Oh my God, I love it so much. It's so cute. And then you just glue it together, right? That's adorable. Kind of needs like another coat of paint. This white is pretty. And I use this so I don't get like, I don't want to get all the way down in the center there, because it'd be so hard to paint. So let me just put another quick coat. I've got it here. It dries really quick. I just want to get it covered, because I definitely do not want to do this once it's down. That would be very difficult. Let me just make sure I get a good coat of this on here. And I'm gonna be adding some things to it, so we're not quite done just yet. So just a quick dry on that. Then I'm going to come over here and do the same thing for the tag on white, because I'm going to be decoupaging. So I want to just get this on here. Again, I'm going to do both sides so that both sides are covered. I'm just going to decoupage the one, but I want to paint both sides so that it's not left just plain. But you absolutely could, if you just wanted to leave one side undone, you absolutely can do that. Super quick. I'm going to be going on a cruise in October. I think I've told you all about it. Speaking of napkins, it is with there's about 75 of us that are going to be actually crafting on the cruise with 4 instructors. And we just had a little bit of a briefing last night from the lady who's doing all of our reservations. And the instructors, the teachers that are going to be on it, were there talking about all the little things that they've got prepared for us. And 53 days. 53 days. So exciting. But it's kind of scary, because if I think that I'm like, got all the things going on now, when I have 4 instructors teaching me new techniques and new things to do, it's going to get out of control. I'm going to be so excited to do all the things. Isn't it so dang cute? It's going to be even cuter when I get done with it. Spreading the blessings. Thank you so much. When did you say your auction will be there? I just did an event today. I posted it on my page. It's going to be next Saturday the 20th at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. I thought I was going to be able to do it this week, but it just got really complicated this week, and I just cannot do it. And I'd like to give you guys more of advance notice on that. So next Saturday, the 20th at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time is when I will be doing it. And after doing it, I think I did it on a Sunday, or I don't know. I need more time. Let's see, I'm just trying to figure out which flower I want on here. I'm just gonna cut off a little bit more. I'm not playing with so much. Again, this is a napkin from Mackenzie Childs. It is called Flower Marketplace, I believe is the title of it. I have quite a few. And these are all little pieces that I've done with, you know, different projects, and I wound up not using it all. And so of course I keep it for things just exactly like this, that I need just something small. I thought it'd be really cute to have a, so when you think of a tag, you know, what do you want her to have, or him, or whatever? And I thought something floral would be really cute, so that's what we're going for. We're going with a little floral. But you could do it, you know, definitely a fall themed or Christmas themed or whatever you wanted to do, right? This is the glory of napkins or paper in general. So you can kind of do whatever you want. Because I'm just going to use the Posh Chalk pigment infuser because I just need a tiny little bit. I don't want to grab the Mod Podge and try to use that. I'm just going to get a tiny little bit. Right brush. I've got too many brushes. We'll just go with this one. I'm just going to use the pigment infuser. I'm just dipping it in. It's really nice and thin. That's why I like it. I'm just going to get it on here. So with the cruise, oh my gosh, there's just so many things to think about. Between the excursions are already planned for, those are already done, and we have that. But then hadn't think about, my sister and I got the dining package. Hadn't even thought about making reservations at the various restaurants that you can use the dining package for. And sure enough, other people had. And the reservations were getting pretty booked for the, you know, for the good times to try to eat. And so one of the restaurants we wound up eating at like 8:30 at night because that was the earliest reservation that they had left. Just put that on there. I pressed it down with my fingers. I mean, again, it's not that big of a space, and I'm going to go ahead and seal it because I always forget to do that. I'm just going to seal it just a tiny little bit. And then we can use some sandpaper to get those edges off. I think what I'm going to do too is I'm just going to come in with just a little bit of the infuser and kind of go around the edges. And so that way the edges are finished off. All right, you got all this extra napkin, why not? I don't have it along the top because I didn't think to do that there. So now I've just wrapped it around the edges. So you can definitely do that as well. Just be careful because I just put my finger on that one. Trying to go too fast. Can always just come wrap around and paint on it as well. So try to keep your fingers off of it. I forget sometimes when I'm working with napkins how much more fragile they are than like with the rice paper that I typically use a lot more often now. You know, you guys don't see me working with napkins as often anymore now that I'm kind of spoiled with rice paper. All right, give that a quick dry and probably one more coat. I've got low battery, but we're almost done. Is my back? My iPad's frozen. Hopefully I'm back. There I am. I am going to go ahead and just real quickly do my battery. And we should have enough to keep this thing going. So we're almost done. Sorry guys, there we go. All right, almost done. And let's see where we're at. Yes, you are welcome for the heads up on the auction. I try to, so you guys let me know when is it best for you, because pay periods generally fall like on the 1st and the 15th. And the last 2 that I've done have been like a week after that, which I know for some that can be a little bit more difficult, having that in between the pay period. For some people, they have different pay periods. For some people, it doesn't matter at all. So if that time is not a good time for you, just let me know, and I will try to work it around pay periods if that is easier. Yeah, I'm sorry. Hopefully I'm not going to be cutting out anymore. Do you want to seal your board now? My board. Do you want to seal your board? Which, you're talking about these guys? Or this? I'm just going to come around off the edge there and go ahead and get this excess napkin off. And I'm going to be doing, hopefully, I can get it done before my battery gets too low. It's really eating up the battery there. So I've got the little hole there, and I can just poke it through with a pair of scissors again. Whenever you have the hole, make sure you poke it from the top back so that extra paper falls inside of the hole and not out on the top of your piece there. Your thoughts wandered? So there's the little tag, really cute, something different, and something a little bit unexpected. And then again, the back is painted, so now we've got it ready for the tag. So I can go ahead and show you what that's going to be with the tag. So that's going to hang from the ear like that. But I'm going to go ahead and add some string. So get this off to the side. I'm going to go ahead and add some string. It's not really string, it's more of a wire. It's on a spool. I got a bunch of these. I got like 20 rolls of various colors. And it's just some of that. And I'm going to get it through this hole here. I might have to put some tape on it real quick just to get it in. I'm watching my phone just to make sure that it doesn't go out on me. I'm trying to plan for all the technical difficulties. I do have a new router, so there's that. Hopefully that is helping as well. So just getting this through. All right, so I've got it doubled, right? And so I'm just going to pull that through, and then I'm just going to loop it. Loop it together. Of course, it came uneven. That's all right. Came out of my tape, but at least it's through, which is the most important thing. So let me just even these up again. I don't think my battery's going to hold out. But so let me just show you what we're going to do, and then I'm going to let you guys go, and then I'll show you if I'll finish it off. So I've got this here. I'm just going to string the beads, right? I'm going to add the ribbon, and I'm going to come back in and add the tag, and we will get her all finished. It'll be a cute little hanger. All right, with the beads, with my fingers everywhere. It'll be super cute. Just take me about 10 minutes to finish it, but I don't want you guys to, lose me again. And just for the ribbon, just so you can see, All I do for the ribbon, I don't do anything fancy. I just take a piece of ribbon. I do like an awareness sign, right? The awareness ribbon. And I just take the part down here that you hold. I swear it's gonna go out on me anytime. I just push those two together, and then that's how I make my ribbon. Really easy, really easy. All right, so let me let you go before we die. the phone dies on me. Have a great night. I will see you all tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time in the morning. I'll come back on later and we'll do some Happy Mail. I'll come back on tomorrow night. I wanted to do Happy Mail tonight, but it's not going to happen, so I will do it tomorrow night. I'll let you guys know what time later. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Bye.